Back off! I was here first. That doesn't matter none to you. I'm an honest businessman. I wasn't bothering nobody, and I was here first. Good enough. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway. So he says. He didn't leave none of it here, I'll tell you. He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him. Ha!
Well, look at this. I remember taking you across when you left with that fella Duncan. And now you're a Grey Warden. My pap used to tell me stories about them. Templars took the boat. I told you, they didn't tell me nothing. And if I know they're mages, I'm better off keeping out of their business. If I had to guess, I'd guess it had to do with magic, but the tower's always got something to do with magic. You're too kind. Your type don't usually give my type the time of day.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry. Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet. Me? I am not a mage, my friend. And those members who have submitted requests are anonymous, save one or two more arrogant clients. I assure you, we are doing the Maker's work. Magic is not ruling man under our watch. Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the collective. Makers smile upon you. Take this. You've earned it.
There she is. I'm gonna go talk to her. Look, you gotta back me up here. Got it? Thanks, Warden. Find out how much she misses old Ogren or who I have to kill, and then I'll go sweep her off her feet. That's me, Mr. Charm.
What can I get for you? And don't say mead. We ran out of that a week ago. And don't say rum, either. Ran out the day before yesterday. And don't say brandy. Have you seen how desperate people are now? They just want to drink to forget what's happened. Some ran out of coin and started paying in food, chickens, whatever they had.
Felsi! I need tables clean, girl!
I've got a customer. I'm from Orzammar. Darkspawn attacks are like spring breezes there. I'll stay as long as the tavern's open. Ugh, did you have to bring his name up? I just ate. What happened? Is that a serious question? Have you met Ogren? He got drunk. Drunker than usual, even. Took off his pants and challenged a roast nug to a wrestling match at my father's funeral. He lost, by the way. The roast got him in an arm lock. He sat there crying for half an hour before someone pulled it off him. You could say that. You could also say I would rather kiss a deep stalker on the lips than see him again.
Well, what does she say? Ah, that fight was rigged. Anyway, the guard said it wasn't worth pressing charges, so she's no call to hold a grudge. Did she say anything else? I knew it. Once you've had Ogren, what merchant boy would do? Just be ready to pry her off when she throws herself at me. We don't want to make a scene here. Well, don't pry her off me too soon. I mean, a little scene's all right. Are you sure you're not a baker? 'Cause you got a sodding nice set of buns.
Well, look what the nug dragged in. I should have known you were in the neighborhood, by the stench. What are you doing here?
Just trying to kick back with a pint. fighting Darkspawn's a lot of sodding work, you know?
You're fighting Darkspawn?
It was a bit of pain, but it was a personal favor for the King of Orzammar, you understand?
The whole surface to choose from, and you just happened to come to my tavern?
Yeah, well, What? Oh, right. It's fate, Felsi. What can I say?
Fate? The ancestors must have a sense of humor then.
You just figured that out now? You've seen what passes for dwarves up here. You don't think that's a joke?
I'll give you that.
I've been thinking about you, Felsi.
What do you want, Ogren?
Nothing. Just thought I'd see how you were doing is all. Well, maybe that and grease up the Bronto, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've seen me. You'll have to go back to Orzammar for the Bronto. Oh, the Queen needed a new fool, did she?
Oh well, it's been fun, Felsi. But I better go.
Wait, you're leaving? You just got here. I haven't called you a shaft rat yet.
Well, you can't keep the archdemon waiting. You hurt its feelings, it might just turn the whole blight around and go home. Nobody wants that.
Well, you don't need to fight it right now, do you? I mean, you could have a pint first. You could call me a surly Bronto. I could tell you that you smell like nut droppings.
I'll tell you what, I got some things I gotta do, but I'll come back for that pint when things are settled, you frigid deep stalker.
Fine, but you better not keep me waiting, you worthless copper-plated swordcast.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Come on back sometime, I'll find you the good ale. Well, the brown watery stuff that we call the good ale, anyway.
Overpriced swill.
What are you looking at? Can a man drink in peace?
Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve you today? It was my father's idea. He ran the inn before me, and he named it for my sister. She was his little princess. Princess decided the country was too dull for her and moved to Denerim. More glamorous, she said. Well, she was found murdered, robbed of all the trinkets my father bought her with his hard-earned money. My father died of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating, and I got the struggling inn. The name stuck. That's the story. Of course. What would you like?
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass. Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it. Yes? Oh, a Grey Warden seal. Aha! So you're claiming to be one of those. You know, I have some documents, too. They say I'm the Queen of Antiva. What do you think of that? That dark-eyed temptress over there? Surely the tower would be far too dull for her. Because it gets a little lonely out here sometimes. And, you know, you could just leave her with me.
Oh, excellent. I have been hoping for new prey.
Prey?
'Twill take but a moment. Perhaps you should go aboard the vessel to prepare while we are away. We must row ourselves across. I fear the lad will no longer have the use of his limbs or his eyes once I am done with him.
Huh. Well, maybe I should,
Wonderful. I can sense his terror. Oh, that will make the loving all the sweeter.
So you said you wanted to get across. Maybe we should go now, right now, now. Come along, I suppose.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The doors are barred. Are they keeping people out or in?
Now we wait and pray. Well, look who's back. A proper Grey Warden now, are we? Glad you're not dead. I have sent word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment.
The mages are probably already dead. Any abominations remaining in there must be dealt with, no matter what.
This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again. If any are still alive, the Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing. A while ago, and it worries me, the Civil War has no doubt caused much turmoil. Has the Chantry been caught up in it? I can only guess. Denerim must have received our message. It cannot be much longer. You? What can you do? If, by some miracle, you destroy the abominations, yes. The Templars will join your army. Without word from Denerim, I must determine our course. Surely destroying Darkspawn is a worthy goal. A word of caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
Stay away from the tower if you value your life.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies, and I don't know how much longer we'll last. We need the abominations and demons out of this place, if that's what you mean. If you have anything to trade, that would be helpful too.
Have you ever seen an abomination? The sight will haunt me forever.
So let's talk about your...
You've returned to the tower? Why did the Templars let you through? Are you here to warn us? The Templars have barred the doors. They will only open them if they intend to attack us. Is that what is happening? They sent for it then. I feared they might have. What else could they do? So Gregor thinks the Circle is beyond hope. He probably assumes we are all dead. They abandoned us to our fate. But even trapped as we are, we have survived. If they invoke the right, however, we will not be able to stand against them. Let it suffice to say that we had something of a revolt on our hands, led by a mage named Uldred. When he returned from the battle at Ostagar, he tried to take over the Circle. As you can see, it didn't work out as he had planned. I don't know what became of Uldred, but I am certain all this is his doing. I will not lose the Circle to one man's pride and stupidity. I erected a barrier over the door leading to the rest of the tower. Petra and Kinan will watch them. If we slay all the fiends we encounter on our way, none will get by to threaten the children.
You want us to assist this preachy schoolmistress to rescue these pathetic excuses for mages? They allow themselves to be corralled like cattle, mindless. Now their masters have chosen death for them, and I say, let them have it. I could be here had my mother not shielded me from the Templars, so I am to show sympathy. My mother often said that things are the way they are because they could not have been any other way. I always questioned this. Do what you wish. I care not.
Petra, Kinan, look after the others. I will be back soon.
Wyn, are you sure you're all right? You were so badly hurt earlier. Maybe I should come along.
The others need your protection more. I will be all right. Stay here with them. Keep them safe and calm. Your confidence is refreshing, though you should make sure it does not blind you to your weaknesses. If you are ready, let us go end this.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's you. I remember you. The tower isn't how you remember it, is it? I keep thinking this is our punishment for being mages. That's why the Templars have to do away with us. Their swords are like the sword of mercy that sent Andraste back to the Maker. Oh, come, swift sword, and deliver me that I might find the Maker again.
Have you ever seen an abomination?
I'm sorry that your homecoming has been marred. Still, it is good to see you back, and I am glad you survived Ostagar. Wyn was at Ostagar. She told us everything upon her return. But why speak of things past? Be careful in there, and stay safe.
What was that noise?
Look after her, will you? I don't know if she's up to this, especially not after... I just worry. In front of me, shielding me. It was light and fire, blood and chaos. When it was over, the demon was dead, but Wyn wasn't moving either. I was so afraid she was... gone. I know. I owe her too much. Just look after her, all right? She might be completely fine, but then again, maybe she didn't come away from that totally unharmed. Thank you. And thank you again for helping us.
Yes? Is there something you wish to discuss? If not, we should hurry. Time is of the essence. Oh, a long story. It all started when I returned from Ostagar. I was at that ill-fated battle, and I survived, barely. I was in no state to travel, so I stayed at Ostagar to recuperate and help the wounded. Uldred, on the other hand, left for the tower almost immediately. When I finally returned here, I found that Uldred had all but convinced the Circle to join Loghain. He called a meeting to confront Uldred, but something must have gone wrong. I emerged from my quarters when I heard the screams. They were coming from the meeting room, and it wasn't long before I saw the first abomination running down a mage. It deteriorated quickly then. I suppose you would not have had much contact with him. He never mentored the apprentices, never taught. He didn't seem to care much for the Circle, only his own advancement. I'm sure Uldred has some redeeming qualities. He probably has a perfectly good reason for not displaying them. You have seen the demons, haven't you? We will doubtless see more of those. But I fear the abominations more. They are no longer human, and are driven only by their lust for destruction. I hope you're right. Right now, when lives are at stake? Perhaps we should leave that for later. Besides, what is the point of that? One should let one's actions speak for themselves, and let others form their own opinions. Onward, then. Here we are. I'm somewhat amazed at myself for having kept it in place this long. It made me very weary at times. But I had to stay strong to keep us safe. Be prepared for anything. I do not know what manner of beasts lurk beyond this barrier.
Do not fear, my good lady. Our Grey Warden is very good at fending off attackers. Speaking from experience here.
All right. Be on your guard.